Welcome to Sunday Mornings with Enlightenism. I'm Brother Malcolm.
And I'm Sister Carolyn.
And we're here today, folks, to share some wonderful Enlightenism insights with you about a new way to think and live.
Absolutely.
About the power you have to change how you think and live. Enlightenism. Sister Carolyn is an Enlightenism practitioner, teacher, workshop facilitator. She's going to get us started today with some wonderful insights on Enlightenism and the greater power within you, which we say is the God consciousness in you. Sister Carol.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Brother Malcolm. You always give me a great introduction, and I always love it. I am Sister Carolyn. I am an Enlightenism teacher and consciousness practitioner. And my life is all about this work, and it's all about enjoying my life. I didn't come here to struggle. I didn't come here to be mean. I didn't come here to tell people off. I didn't come here to be grouped with people that like a certain thing a certain way. I came here for the enjoyment of life, and to do that from my own wholeness, from my own input. And the more that I know about myself and this narrative that we call Enlightenism, it is truly a new way to think and live. It's truly a new way to move yourself forward. It is a practice, not for an hour a day, but for your life. And sometimes the work can be a little hard because we are not born always knowing that we don't have to struggle. What I know is that we are all born whole, perfect, and complete, faceless, formless, colorless, and ageless. And it's only when we add a narrative to race, to color, to age, to politics, to socialism, to education, then we become confused in our way of living. When we awake in the morning understanding that we're whole, we're perfect, and we're complete, and that we don't control what comes into our day, but we can control how we respond and what we give to the day. And if you start with something, start in understanding your wholeness. Start in understanding that you're complete. Start in understanding that you are perfect and there's no one like you. When we start with that energy, then we are whole in our approach to the day. It doesn't mean that something is not going to hit you in the place where you don't like it, or everything is going to come up roses and all you're going to get is good news. What it simply means that anything that comes into your day, you have the spiritual energy, the spiritual knowledge within to respond in a way that leaves you whole and not fragmented in a situation. What I've come to understand is that sometimes when we are met with news that we don't like, we go into our own personal stories and we create a sadness, an energy of sadness, an energy of regret in our lives. We don't have to go to those stories just because they've happened to us. What we learn in Enlightenism is everything that has happened to you in your life has become a part of your belief, your thinking, and your response. And what we know is that everyone has the power within to let the stories go, to let the struggle go. But it does take practice, and it does take our commitment to the work. In the first chapter of Enlightenism, which is a book I always recommend that you purchase if you don't have this book, and you can get this book, Enlightenism, through Amazon. The first chapter is personal responsibility, so that you have your own narrative in life. And all too often, in our personal responsibility, we are homeless. We only run to those ideas and stories that others have told us. And then we want to be like those ideas and stories that we've been told about. But Enlightenism says that you are born whole, perfect, and complete, faceless, formless, colorless, and ageless, and have everything that you will ever need for the journey. You can't buy kindness. You can't buy loving kindness. You can't buy self-reliance. You can't buy forgiveness. Those are treasures and energy within you in the wholeness that we speak of. And when you work on letting go of those stories, you have the space to change the way you think and live. We don't get lessons in life. I've heard people say, that's another lesson that God gave me because I didn't learn the lesson. What I understand is what we get is understanding our awareness when something happens, so that we're not telling that same story over and over again. Enlightenism asks, who are you aware of being? And that is a question that only you can answer. And you can only answer that question from a place of wholeness, not a place where others have taught you what the answers are and you're trying to live that answer out through you. What Enlightenism says is that you're born whole, perfect and complete, faceless, formless, and ageless, and have everything that you will ever need for the journey. When we start with that energy, then we understand that when we awake in that energy, and we practice this throughout our life, then whatever happens in the course of a day, we have the energy to greet the day. So remember this book, Enlightenism, that you can get through Amazon. And I encourage each and every one of you who don't have a copy to gift it to someone and to buy it for yourself. And now it's time for Brother Malcolm. And Brother Malcolm is a philosopher, author, and creator of Enlightenism, and my life partner, Brother Malcolm.
Thank you so much, Sister Carolyn. Wonderful insights. Thank you for that great introduction.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Okay, folks, I'm Brother Malcolm, sharing some end-of-the-year insights with you on Enlightenism and the power you have to end the cycle of dependency on illusions for power and clarity. The illusion of freedom is not freedom. Freedom is entered into the mind. It's born, I should say, into the mind. It comes into the mind with the power that you have to imagine yourself free, to imagine yourself colorless, faceless, and formless. And it can be done. You have the power to free yourself if you're willing to stop using the knowledge that others taught you about who you are and how to think of yourself in the world. When we unlearn this illusory knowledge about race and color and gender and all of these other illusions that people keep us trapped into fighting each other, and fighting each other for acceptance, to believe that we have mastered the illusions that I am talking about. The power in you of consciousness, God consciousness. When I'm talking about limitless power, I'm talking about God consciousness. I'm talking about the power that others talk about, but don't spend the time discovering. You have to spend the time discovering the power in you in order to free yourself of your beliefs about what others have told you about the power. And when others tell you to go to such and such a place to find the power, power's in you. It's been in you all of your life. You're on a journey on this planet where you're learning things about yourself and others based upon what other people have told you. You're living in an illusion that was created by human beings. For us to live in this illusion, to find some type of purpose in the illusion that is consistent with the universal purpose. So we all want to be like common or normal. And people talk about common sense. No such thing. Everything is a part of the illusory knowledge. And when we agree upon things, then we can call it common, normal. We can agree upon it. But we're agreeing upon an illusion about who we are. We're agreeing upon that we are the way that people have defined us. We are the way that some dictionary has defined us. And the way beliefs are. And then we began to think of ourselves this way, and we believe that we are this way. And then we become that which we believe about ourselves. Spend some time on learning what you think about yourself. That's where the journey begins. All struggle begins and ends in the mind. Freedom begins and ends in the mind. Everything begins and ends in you. And when you are the purpose of the pain in your life, you are the creator, I should say, of the purpose of embodying pain in your life, then who do you think is going to take it out? You think some politician can take it out? You think some minister can take it out? You think somebody motivational person can take this pain out of your life? No, they can give you some inspiration. Inspiration to feel good for a few moments. Feel good for a few weeks or days. But the pain will return because the knowledge in you that created the pain is still there. And that's what we have to unlearn. We have to unlearn this information in order to heal ourselves of the damage that has been done to us by the illusions that we have used, illusory knowledge that we have used to self-victimize. We self-victimize ourselves with illusions and with illusory knowledge. This self-victimization is something that people don't want to talk about. Many people, I should say, don't want to talk about it. Some people want to talk about it. Some people are willing to talk about it. That's the work that we're doing. Sister Carolyn and I and others. There are thousands of people who are viewing these videos and listening to the message. And they're learning about themselves. Yes. And how Enlightenism is the journey within. And where the God consciousness in you is when you can perceive yourself free of illusions about who you are, about your race and color. Where you can go to a place and be colorless, faceless,
formless, and ageless.
And formless and ageless. All of those things are available in this consciousness, folks. And I want to thank all of you for stopping by. But most importantly, I want you to begin your life in this moment. The mythical year 2026 is just another day. There's nothing spectacular about it. It's another day that you exist in the world. Make the choice. Are you going to have power or are you going to be powerless? I say choose power over powerlessness.
Exactly.
I'm Brother Malcolm.
I'm Sister Carolyn.
And thank you, folks, for stopping by.
Thanks for listening.